Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at an upcoming epic fire elemental, and we're going to be looking at teasers for epic fire elementals, epic ethereals, and rare magicals. We've got a lot to go through today, so let's get straight into it. First of all, we have a full preview of epic Cana. Now, we've not had an epic fire before. The rare fires have only just released and finished, which is just so weird to think about now that we know that epic fires are now being released in game. As well as epic Cana out of all the fire elementals that they could have chosen, which is really interesting because we've only just got rare Cana as they were the final rare fire elemental to release. So it's really weird to think about it on that part. On My Singing Monsters Fandomonium, we got a full preview of this epic fire elemental that is going to be coming on March 17th on Wednesday next week. What is just so cool about epic Cana is that now we have 3 variant classes happening all at once in My Singing Monsters. We have epic fire elementals, epic ethereals, and rare magicals, which is a really large mouthful to say. And it is going to be confusing from now on what's going to be happening in terms of teasers and what monsters we can expect. And that is just the glorious part about it all, guys, because you know what? That is so exciting for the game. It means that we don't know what we can expect from variants anymore, really. And it means teasers can relate to literally any monster out of the vast monsters in the game. We have a huge collection of monsters here that we could get variants for. We have all the magicals, all the ethereals, and all of the fire elementals that we can see variants for. And it means that all the islands are going to be equally getting variants amongst one another. We have variants, for example, coming out across all the natural islands with the epic ethereals. We have Ethereal Island, epic ethereals coming. We have just loads of variants, guys, across all of the islands. And I'm just so excited, guys, now to see where this does end up, as the schedule is going to be really unpredictable too. Last year and the year before, we had a rather predictable schedule. We knew that the magical islands were coming. We knew that variants were coming with the rare fire elementals, and even before that, just the epic natural monsters. However, now that consistency has been completely tarnished, and we now don't know a thing that is going to be coming from the game necessarily. Obviously, we do have our teasers to dissect, and we do have a general idea of what's going to happen, but what I'm saying is things are no longer predictable in the sense that I don't know what's going to be happening in a year from now. I don't know what's going to be happening next month. Yes, I can predict what is going to be coming in terms of variants from teasers that we're going to get and things which we're going to dissect on the channel, but what is glorious about it, like I've said, is the fact that we don't know what is going to be coming when, in terms of looking at things from a long distance, which is very exciting, guys, and it's just going to really add onto that train, that hype train, and build things up so that when things release, it's just all the more cool. And the way that they brought out epic Cana 2 in My Singing Monsters Fandomonium, guys, was an amazing concept. We've never had anything like it before. Obviously, normally we have our teasers that release the day before an rare or epic releases, and we get them the next day, which is really cool. I love my teasers. I'm gonna admit I do love my teasers over just a broadcast of what this monster looks like, as I do love to discover them all in game with you guys as soon as they release, and it gives us a bit of anticipation and hype towards what they can be the day before too, as we don't get a full preview of what they do look like. And it was very out there, the announcements that they made in terms of what's going to be happening next week. It was like duh duh duh. It wasn't necessarily teasery, it just outright called what's going to happen, which was something that we've never really seen before, and I was really surprised by that. I really like the idea though, and I am so happy that they're mixing things up here with the schedule not only, but in terms of how they're releasing things. We are now seeing full previews of variants before they even release, a week before a My Singing Monsters Fandomonium, potentially, which is going to really change things up and make things different, which is always a plus, and we love that because things can't stay the same, can they, guys? Changing things up just makes things a ton better, in my opinion, and I'm just really excited now for the future of the game and how they're releasing things and how they're exploring the community. And anyway, regardless, let's look at epic Cana. Like I said, from the promotional gift that we got inside of My Singing Monsters Fandomonium, they will be coming to all the Fire Islands, Fire Haven, Fire Oasis, and the Magical Islands, Psychic Island, Fairy Island, Bone Island, and Light Island. There's a lot of islands there, guys, so you'll want to make sure to be hipping into your game on Wednesday, as it will be rather hard to breed them too, as you'll have all them unique breeding combinations that you'll have to find. Don't worry, guys, we'll do a video relating to their breeding combinations, so you guys know how to breed breed them. So make sure to stay tuned for that so you guys have an opportunity to breed them all in game. Besides that though, we also have the breeding combinations to talk about. Now we know that epics have unique breeding combinations across all of the islands, as is the case with epic ethereals, so we don't unfortunately know a thing about what their breeding combinations will include. It's likely that they will just be completely different amongst every island and they won't have any link whatsoever and any theme. They're just gonna be completely random. So that's why it's even more important to be really on it and watch the breeding videos, I would say. I would definitely say to be on it with epic Cana, as they're on just so many islands, guys. The casual nature of how it was released, epic Cana 2, was really baffling to me. They were just like, oh yeah, now epic Cana's coming next week. And I was like, what?
On March 17th, an epic Cana will be dropping.
It was really, really casual, and it just makes me wonder, is this the new precedent that's been set with My Singing Monsters Fandomonium and releases from now on for variants? It certainly could be. I wouldn't be against the idea, as it is only going to last for 8 weeks, and therefore they can't necessarily rotate around the kind of release whereby they show the entire monster and announce what's going to happen the upcoming week for a very long time, as the show is only lasting for 8 episodes and we're already one down now, so I imagine that they're going to be doing this quite a bit with the show. However, I would love to see also them just spectating around content that releases that week. I think that would also be interesting. Teasers that we have for upcoming rares and epics, guys. For these, we need to look at the promotional gifts that we got for the variants that we've already received, as if we have a look here, let's bring up the epic gas one first, because that was the first one and we need to go over that one, as it's likely that that one will be next. So besides the left, we have a silhouette of the variants for that variant class that has first been released for each promotional gift that we have. However, to the right, we have a new silhouette for an upcoming variant of that variant class. So seeing as though we're looking at epic gas now, this is the next epic ethereal that will be released, and assumably the next variant that we will be seeing after epic Cana. Now, it's rather hard to work out what is going on with this silhouette, as the bottom part of the image is rather humongous in size and it just appears to be a bit of a blob. However, if we look to the top, you can see more structure happening here and you can work out more so what's going on with their upper section there. Towards the top, you can see pipes coming off of them, and if we compare the top pipes to Rebro, you can indeed see, guys, the resemblance that this has to Rebro, and the fact that this must therefore be epic Rebro, I would assume. Now, these silhouettes are very blurred and there's clouds rolling past and things, so it's hard to work out what is going on, but I would assume that this is the case. If we have a look to the top, you can see Rebro's circular shape going on there amongst the pipes that the pipes are spreading out from, so it does look like it will be epic Rebro, this one. This looks like it's been magnified quite a bit. I would presume that the left arm that's stretching out from likely the body of this monster is the arm of epic Rebro. With Rebro's design, if you have a look, with their mech suit, they have arms that come off in like circles, and this appears to be a little circular too, so this does without a doubt ring to me epic Rebro, so I would assume that epic Rebro will be the next epic ethereal to release. Moving forward then, we next got our variant class of rare magicals revealed, and I didn't even know how to go about this, guys. When Rare Ferrimind was released, I was like, do I make a video about rare magicals now that we've got them? But I decided to wait until this very moment, guys, to discuss with you my thoughts about variants and things, because there wasn't really enough substance in terms of teasers and things. Anyway, regardless, let's have a look at the next teaser. The next teaser is the hardest one to work out from. This one, nah, you cannot tell what this is. At least I can't tell very well what it is anyway. However, if we have a look, we can see an arm poking upwards, and we can also see an head head lingering downwards, and we can see sockets or something of that sort heading upwards towards the head of this monster, and we can see that they're leaning sideways too, guys. So that calls out to me, Bridg-It, our fairy elemental. And you know what? It must be rare Bridg-It in that case then, obviously. And the crystals emerging from Bridg-It's face aren't there, and I think that's something that is throwing everyone off in terms of this. I know it certainly did for me. It took me quite a bit of comparing to work out which rare magical this may be, but Bridg-It is what it is, I would say. The fact that there's no crystals again, though, makes me wonder how they're going to go about this design. What are they going to do to compensate for that? There's lots of things that they could do, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do, as obviously if they change it up so drastically, I feel like it could look so different, and that's going to be so cool. I'm really excited for this one, as it looks like they've changed the design up quite a bit, especially from the crystals not really being there, and the fact that their arm is only just visible too is curious, and I'm just really confused towards what's going on in this silhouette, guys. It looks like Bridg-It has had a serious makeover, so I'm very excited to see what we're doing here with the monster. And finally, our last teaser that we have for today comes along with Epic Cana, and if we look towards the right of Epic Cana then again, we can see Epic Waddle. This is just a snap. If we were playing Snap, this is the snap right here. This screams Waddle. It is Waddle. You can see it's Epic Waddle. There's no doubt about it. This looks very similar as well to Lycowad 666's prismatic designs for Prismatic Waddle that they conjured. I think that it goes without saying that this looks very similar to that. If you have a look at the ears, you can see that they're not very rounded. They're more pointed towards the corners. I love Lyco's design. I find it crazy to think that we have all these variant classes coming out now. It's going to be interesting to see again how this proceeds and what we can expect in terms of My Singing Monsters now that this is the new president and that we're getting all these variants at once. Will we be seeing a rotation between them regularly? Is it going to be random which variant we get next? We don't know if we're going to get an Epic Ethereal next, if we're going to get an Epic Fire Elemental after Epic Cana. Obviously we know Epic Cana's next, but you guys know what I'm saying. We don't know which one we're going to get. It could be Epic Ethereal, Rare Magical, Epic Fire Elemental, but they can change things up, guys, and that is the heart of it, because we have no idea what they can do now. It's a bag of worms. We don't know, and that's what's so exciting about it. Let me know what you think down below about everything, and make sure to like this if you enjoyed, and to subscribe down below so you don't miss any more videos from me. For now though, guys, I will see you later. Bye!